Hi, this is Jim Sackman, your Focal Point Business Coach, and this is another one of our Friday Success videos, and it's all about building your team. And last week we talked a lot about onboarding and some items to think about as you onboard people. And this week it's really all about context around that process, because when people think about people and hiring people and how they're going to use them in their business, they often don't think about it in the context of how I think about it in a business, which is in the long term, people are the only way to make a business thrive. And what do I mean by that? Products come and go, services become more popular and less popular, and business is all about change and growth over time. The only long term way to grow a business is to hire people and make them better, right? And to grow and build a great team. That is the way to build a great business. So, the question I want you to ask is, are you spending enough time on the people that I hire? Because your job as an employer is to make those people great. That is the most important thing you can do. And in fact, when I talk about CEOs of large companies, one of their biggest activities, their most important activity, is to hire a great senior team around them. And without that, the business will not survive. It will not thrive. It will not grow. By putting subpar people as direct reports, they basically cripple the business. So you need to think about that. 10 years ago, what products were popular? Which ones are popular today? How many products have been around for 10, 20, 30, 50 years without change? And people are the elements of change in your business, and you need to support and grow them. So I want to go back over the list that I had last time, things to think about as they're associated with these new employees. Employee handbooks. Now, I know lots of small businesses want to avoid employee handbooks because they're unclear the value they add to them. Well, don't you think it's important that you tell people what the work rules are? If you're going to engage them in the business, don't you think they need to understand what your expectations are of them? Not just from a technical standpoint, but from a way they operate on a day to day in the business. This is why this is so key. There's some other legal and ethical concerns which are really important around employee handbooks, but from making your employees better, you're telling them what your expectations are. Personnel reviews. Now, I've known lots of managers who hate giving personnel reviews. In fact, in my last several jobs, they tried to force upon me tools which would automate the review writing process. Well, let me ask you a question. If you can't spend an hour a year in honestly marking up a document to go tell an employee what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, how you view them, what they're going to get from, what they're going to get from you, then what are you doing as an employer? Don't you think it's worth that 1 hour to get the most out of an employee? Training. People don't want to train people. They don't want to think about a formalized training structure. And there are two bits of this which are really important. First of which is you should have trained people on every job. You should make sure they have the skills that are required. And if they don't have them because they're new or it's special to your company, that they get them. But on top of that, training as a tool for retention is really important. If you think about having a training program in place so that people know, grow, and respect with their job, that they've got a career path based around what you do, they're more likely to stay with you. So think about training not just from is my employee doing a better job, but can I keep them for a long time? Because if you hire and grow great people, your business will do well. And then finally, mentoring. Mentoring to me is the opposite side of training, which is, hey, I've got this employee and he's got questions. He needs somebody to go to answer questions in the abstract about the job. And that's what a mentor does. They help augment the training to make sure people are making a decision aligned with what your business wants. And again, it also gives those first time potential supervisors a chance to provide supervisory help to an employee and that they can learn on how to do it. So I want you to take the context of these kind of items, which people view as overhead in terms of how they deal with new employees, and think of them as These are critical in making this employee a success. And if I've done a great job making that employee a success, they're going to add X amount of value to my business. And the value that they add should be much greater than anything you spend on any of these items. So that's the way to think about it, and a way to think about how you're going to grow your business. So this is Jim Sackman, Focal Point, change your business, change your life, and you have a great day.